wasn't there, Drew. I didn't force you to take body shots off an escort on top of a bar.
Shot.
People know who you are now, and you know what that means? You're done.
Done, son.
Your credibility torched. Respect out the window. And you know, the only thing that pleases me about today,
this demon voice
is
that
that
come
you
up.
lost Willow forever.
Both of y'all.
I may never be able to forgive myself, but I know this. That Willow will never, ever be able to forgive you.
You. Drop mic. I'm so lonely. Bam, bam, bam. Hello, neighbors. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday. Happy fucking Monday, okay? Because it was great. It was great. Let's get into today's General Hospital review. Yep. Well, who's happy? Are you having a great Monday? Because I sure the hell is. Did you see Drew's face? Did you hear what Willow said? Man, listen. I was kind of losing hope for her, but then boom, she let it rip. Okay, so today we pick up for that God for awful wedding. Okay, Willow was standing there like a deer caught in headlights the whole entire time, but that scared me a little bit. I thought she was going to go through it. No. We got through his drive behind vows, and then she let it rip. Right there in that lonely shot, I saw her morph into Nell. I swear. Yeah, by the time Drew finished his vows, it was her turn. And I just gotta say, I just love how Lucy left over there quietly as a bird. She was like, do. When stuff was going down, I said, good job. And good job to Alexis getting Scout out of there, because we didn't need her to be any witnesses to that. But everybody else was fair game. And I'm kind of sad y'all didn't have popcorn, you know? Yep, so soon as Lucy said, okay, Drew is done, Willow, it's your turn, she held on to that smile as long as she could. They was locking hands, and then she let his hands go, and she just simply asked, did you sleep with my mother? I just gotta say, Slick Rick and his little insane. He irks me. He leaned over as soon as that came out to Ava. Did you know about this? Don't be asking no questions, sir, because you're not Ava's friend no more. Remember? You too busy trying to squeeze over there to Elizabeth. Also, at one point, they shoot back to Nina, and she's mumbling around, telling herself she's only doing this so she could get her kids back. She thinks he's the only one in her corner that could get her kids back. And then Dr. O had to hold her hand the whole entire time, because all that stuff that was coming out, it was so juicy. I just wish y'all had more attendees. See right there, she pulled her hands away. Yeah, when she said Drew and pulled her hands away, that shit right there, that's when you knew stuff was got to go down. Lucy was probably saying to herself, why do things like this always go down when I gotta do the weddings? I don't know. Maybe it's you, Lucy. You bring, I don't know, bad luck. But yeah, she pretty much asked him, did you sleep with my mother? It's a simple question, yes or no. He was standing there doing all kinds of fumbles and gaslighting. He was like, I. As soon as he started stuttering, Alexis got the hell up and grabbed Scout and got out of there. Good job, Alexis. As she stood there and heard more and more of his lies, it was like she was just waking up every secret lock right there. She kept thinking, everybody kept telling me, everyone told me. Yes, girl, remember, everybody on that list, including your mama, yeah, they kept telling you to stay away from him. She was like, you was just manipulating me the whole entire kids. You didn't care about my kids. You didn't care about me. Michael was right. You gave him ammunition about everything. And then all of a sudden she just clicked. She was like, wait a minute, hold up. Michael was right. You did say that in front of Wiley. Man, the things that he was like, yes, me and Nina had an affair. She was like, oh, just once. He was like, but it didn't mean anything. Then she turned around and looked at Nina. She's like, I don't think that even makes it any better. No, it don't. He was like, I was trying to respect your wishes. She was like, oh, so it's my fault? Pretty much, Willa. I mean, you know, that's... you and him don't, once again, you said I'm my own person. And, I make my own choices. That's what you said. So you, this whole entire time, made your own choices. I hear this actress and all her facial expressions this whole entire time. Please give her an Emmy next year for this. When she was like, oh, so you did it for me? Yes, that's the same speech that Nina was trying to give you, because anytime anybody said anything bad about Drew, you was going to cut somebody's head off. And now Drew's standing there telling you, oh, I only did that in front of Wiley because it was a strategy to get your kids back. I was trying to get your kids back. Oh, so you did all this for me? Yeah. Gaslight you, ruined your whole entire marriage and friends and probably job. Yeah, all that's you. Yeah, that was her look when she said, I will never, ever forgive you or be with you. And don't ever touch me, because he was trying to reach out. She was like, don't touch me. First of all, you owed him about good 10 slaps after he said and admitted what he did for Wiley. And wait until you find out the truth part about Germany, because you still on the loops about that too. Baby, she gave it as good as she could give, and that was lovely. So as soon as Willow ran out, of course he was going to go run after her. And then Nina, Mama Bear, stood up. Don't you dare. Y'all, I don't know about y'all, but her demon voice that comes out every time she goes way down to the gut. And then she told me, don't you dare. I just wish you used some of that demon power a long time ago, Nina. Oh, this could have been avoided. But anyway, we had their showdown right on afterwards. They had it all out. And mind you, everybody just sat there nice and quietly and just watched the show, the whole entire show. Yeah, they did nothing but pretty much ping pong back and forth with this is your fault. No, this is your fault. Why ain't you tell her? Why ain't you tell her? All this good jazz. I mean, they pretty much just stood there in front of everybody and called each other out on all of their bullshit. Yeah, that's pretty much. And everybody, yeah, they enjoyed it. Then it kept saying, all this could have been avoided if you didn't go after my daughter. If you really loved her, you would have just walked away. Of course, he turned it right back to her. Well, if you was some type of mother, then you would have been told her. But to sit up there and wait until wedding's day to tell her, maybe sit up there this whole entire time helping her make arrangements, buying a dress, oh, it would be just you, just like you, right? So since she's like, oh, you always think this is all about you or something. This is about Willow and her kids. And he was like, oh, because she wouldn't have a relationship with you. She was like, no, I know you don't think of this, but it's about her kids, her children, And yes, if I have to sacrifice me, now she's saying it, if I have to sacrifice my relationship and I'll never see my daughter, at least I'll be one good knowing that she would never, ever be with you. Then she walked away. I mean, sir, you got burnt by the bride and her mother in front of everybody, and he's still standing there like, I don't understand why everybody's got their panties in a bunch. Seeing these two stand together and have a couple of words was everything for me. Of course, he was like, oh, well, that was worth the price of admission. Because remember, he was getting paid to show up to that wedding, and you got paid and a show. Nice job. Of course, he said, well, at least they didn't have to go through a wedding and get all these divorces and go for this battle of money and property and all that good jazz. At least he couldn't help him. Was like, oh, you would know a thing or two about that. Ma'am, wouldn't you also? And of course, he was like, hi, reached his hand, told me I'm Kettle. And yeah, she was like, yeah, we already know about each other. He was like, yeah. He was like, do this happen all the time that you attend the wedding? Because I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't be shocked if it did. So, of course, Drew can't run after Willow, so he does the next best thing. Yeah, he grabs Martin and said he has a job for him. What job would that be, y'all? Is he going after Portia? Is he going after Nina? Because in the middle of their argument, he did let everybody know that it was Nina who drugged him and had the prostitute do body shots and all that. Yeah, they let all that rip. Now, he didn't let Portia name drop, though, but he did put Nina under the bus for that. Of course, she played that off. So he could be hiring him to go full frontal for that or for Portia. But you better find out who told Willow. And when I say, I told y'all the other day that she should have just left that wedding and ran straight to Michael's house with that same dress and be like, listen, I did what you said. You said to leave Drew. I left Drew. Now let me see my kids. Well, I'm so damn mad Michael is not home. He not home because he over there at his sister's house, Christina, cleaning up her freaking mess. He needed to be home to answer that door, but instead she ran to that door and knocked, and then Carly answered. And she's like, I need to see my kids. I don't know how this gonna go. She looked deranged too. Like I said, yes, Michael was over there cleaning up Christina's mess. Remember, on Friday I told y'all that she would have to tell Michael what was going down because she had asked him to help her with the Cody situation. Well, yeah, she went and brought him back to the house and told him everything. She spilled all the beans. The only beans she didn't spill was to let him know that Elizabeth know, but she pretty much told him everything. The cutting through the brakes, the Ava and Slick Rick blackmailing Alexis, how much they get in, who knew, who don't know, what she done, the whole plan with Cody, which, by the way, that plan working so damn good, she probably split it up, Cody and Molly thing. Anyway, she told him all of that. And then you know what he had to say? Don't worry, I'll make it better. Michael, you got enough of your craziness and shenanigans and already a full plate over there for you to take care of, including your own damn business with Curtis, you know, because he being blackmailed with Drew. Y'all say what y'all want to say. Y'all be like, Jason doing this and doing that. So does Michael. So as soon as she told Michael all that, she said, just do me a favor. Don't tell my mom that you knew because she will freak out. Then all of a sudden, Alexis and Scout walks in the door. They see her face. They're like, you back already? So Alexis tells them what happened. Yeah, there is no wedding. Apparently, Nina and Drew had an affair. Willow ousted them in front of everybody. And then Scout did not get the chance to eat. She was like, I don't care when it started and when they began because they was all asking questions. Well, when? How? What? She's like, I ain't want to know no details. You heard me? I just got my granddaughter and got out of there. Poor Scout was like, that wedding was weird. They didn't get married, but it was weird. She don't even know what was going on. Good job again, Alexis. Good job. But then Michael was like, so that means they didn't get married. And Chrissy was like, well, we tried to tell her how Drew was. Alexis like, yeah, listen, yeah, we know. So then Michael said, well, she definitely knows. Yeah, she knows, sir. She knows, and you should know that she at your house waiting for you right now. Don't worry, you'll get that call from your mama soon. Carly! Y'all know I don't talk about this man too much, but I had to. At least he ain't around Carly. It's a whole different scene, so I can separate the new Jack from the old Jack. So this new Jack called a meeting with Jocelyn to double down on the mission of the lady, the dropper, the carrier lady, to make sure that he got all the information what Vaughn had told him on the mission that went down. So then he also wanted to double down to make sure that Josh know and realize that her and Vaughn are in a fake relationship only for the mission, and make sure that she don't fall for him. So she pretty much like, listen, I know my job, and I can't tell you that if something happened or how my feelings are going to be a couple months from now, but I will surely do my best. So he was like, okay, cool. Then all of a sudden, in the middle of that conversation, he gets a phone call about the dropper, and apparently, remember that tag that she put in the bag for him? Yeah, well, they had a follower. So the man who was following the lady followed her into some establishment and then lost her. So all they have to go by now is the tag. So he was like, all right, if she comes back out, gives me a call, keep an eye out. Hangs up on her. Him and Josh is talking about it. She's like at a resort. The drop off apparently was at a resort. So she was like, that's an odd place for a drop off. He's like, you're getting ahead of yourself. I don't know if she's there to meet the boss or if she's there just to make a pit stop and then leave. So we got to keep an eye on. Again, as he say that, then he gets an alarm on his phone. Guess what, y'all? Yeah, that tracker was lost. Single lost. You ain't got no single, you ain't got no track on this lady. So now, y'all just blindsided. You just gonna sit up there and wait and see if they see the lady come back out. If she comes out with the bag or not, then they know that they found where the boss is. However, if the boss done found the tracker, then they should know that they in surveillance. And yes, it's Brit, people. It's Brit. Boom, she is there. There's the dropper carrier lady and Dr. freaking Brit. Girl, child, listen. Okay, alright. So it's Brit. Yes, she is working with Delton. So I don't know what kind of scheme they doing. I don't know. But I don't think that she's like by herself, because if she is, that'd be a whole different subject. But this is Brit, and I think Dr. O is in it as well. Now, if she is in it, that's why she's really in Port Charles right now. Because remember, Sidwell was saying that that person was coming. So, if Dr. O and Brit is running this whole fiasco, then they're in it together. If Dr. O do not know, then her Britta pulled a fast one over her as well. I don't know what kind of project they running, but Brit, I sure hope it's on a up and up and not a bad one, because we already was doing some double take and trying to clear up your name, you know, for Rocco's sake. And we don't need you to be toes in some scandal that I hope is for the good. That's all I gotta say. I hope you want some whole thing. But that also means that Brit is alive, people. And this whole entire time was her plan, or her and Dr. O's plan. And if Dr. O don't know, then yeah, your Brit. Look at there. Like she said, a beautiful mess. Yeah, Brit is a mess, alright. What mess did she got herself into now? And how we get here? And she looked just as rich as a mother. Wasn't she kind of broke the last time? And yes, everybody gonna be like, what about her husband? Obviously, that disease she done obviously found a cure for. Maybe that's what this is. Or she never had it, because it was a scheme. Yes, Dr. O finally got her open bar. The whole thing that she was waiting for this whole entire time, and she did not skip a beat. She hurried up over there. She was way too happy talking to the barman, like, oh, the wedding didn't happen. And the barman was like, oh, that's a shame. She said, no, it's a beautiful day. You might want to tell your boss there ain't nobody else coming. However, boom, she gets a visit from Jason, because Jason was having that conversation with Carly. He was like, I know for a fact that was Brit that I saw. It wasn't no doppelganger. It was no twin. That was Brit, and I need to know what's going on. Was she buried? Was she cremated? Where is she? Carly looking at him like, you lost it. I don't know what happened to her body. You got to ask her family members or whatnot. Yes, Dr. O is right there. And you caught her in a great time, Jason, at the bar. And that's exactly where he got her at. And he asked her, I need some information about Brit. So who enjoyed this episode today? The favorite part was the freaking wedding and getting to see Brit again. So yes, what do y'all think Brit plans are, and what is her and Professor Dalton scheme? I don't know. It could be for some nice cure for a disease, just like, Dr. Finn. Remember when he had that black disease cure thing going on? That could also explain her money, but if not, then she is up to no good. And then Michael, once again, got to be the fixer of the family, and he's about to clean up Chrissy's mess. How? I don't know. Y'all got any clues? Because that is very messy, as he said. And Chrissy asked him, do you think I'm delusional? He's like, I don't know about that, but I know you pretty much dig yourself a big one here. Yes, she did. And how are you going to clean it up?